If you are a beginner right now in virtual wholesaling real estate and you want your first wholesaling deal, you want to make your first deal, or heck, you want to just start getting into the virtual wholesaling game, I'm going to give you a complete virtual wholesaling guide from start to finish on how you, in 14 days, can systematically start finding deals. The honest truth here is virtual wholesaling real estate is overcomplicated for most people. They look at it as this crazy mystical thing and they don't get deals. They can't become successful with this, or they actually can't get the results. And the truth is, what I need to do for you today is demystify virtual wholesaling real estate. Now, you might be like, oh, he's so far removed from virtual. We virtual wholesale every day, all day. And I did come from physically wholesaling to virtual wholesaling, and I had to learn all this stuff. Like, I didn't know any of it. And what I can tell you today is I'm going to tell you the things that really stopped me from getting a lot of success early on, and the stuff that took me forever to learn. Most people have to pay $15,000, $20,000 on these mastermind type things. And we're going to show you exactly how to do it today. My name is Zach Ginn.
I'm Rick Ginn.
And we've done over 5,000 combined wholesaling real estate deals. So we've done a lot of deals. And what we're going to do today is to help anyone as a beginner in virtual wholesaling get started. There's truthfully only 5 real important things to really focus on. And these are the things we're going to tell you today on exactly what to do. Just act like you are talking to me. We're having a one-on-one meeting, you and me and Rick, and we're here to actually change your life. So if you're a virtual wholesaler right now, this is the time to get selfish. This is the time for you to start focusing on yourself and how you can get rich in wholesaling real estate. Guys, we're here to help you out. We're excited to break it all down. So without further ado, before we get into it, guys, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. And let's break this all down and let's get into getting some deals in virtual wholesaling, right? And I think the first thing we have to understand is virtual wholesaling real estate is not as hard and complicated as you think. I think a lot of people, when they're starting out, they get all this information. They get information overload. Right? This happens so many times. You've seen it everywhere, right?
Yep.
They start getting into wholesaling and they're virtually doing it. And they're like, oh my gosh, I see this guy, this gal, virtual wholesaling video 1, 2, 3. And they're all telling you to do different things. And you get so stressed out, you get so freaked out. You don't know what to do. You're literally flipping out like, oh my gosh. And it's truthfully, if you really simplify virtual wholesaling on what it is, you can make a lot of money, right?
Yeah, it's I'm telling you, I've complicated this business. Most of you are overcomplicating the business. And what you got to understand, it's human nature. You try to make stuff complicated because a lot of you self-sabotage yourself. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you would just follow simple instruction and do the action and not try to manipulate the stuff you want to do and avoid the stuff that scares you, that's why most people fail at virtual. But virtual wholesaling is just, you're just going to another market. Wholesaling is a fundamental skill set. It just means you're going to go to a market you're not completely familiar with, but trust me, you will figure it out over time. So it's completely doable. The old days, we used to get on a plane, go to a city and park there for 30 to 60 days. That was a virtual wholesaling. Oh my God, it was mind blowing. Now fast forward to what we're doing today. This is an amazing luxury with technology and all the tools you can do. So you don't even have to leave your home. You don't even have to get out of your pajamas technically, but you do have to do the work.
That's it. And that's what we're talking about today. So let's get it a game plan action guide on what you got to focus on. Do it. But it's not as complicated as we think. It's not as hard. You do the results by doing the work. You get results by doing work. Okay, so do the work and the results will follow. So let's talk about the secret here, right? What's this big secret for virtual wholesaling success? Guys, we help so many people, the testimonials ever. We have the most virtual wholesaling testimonials of any other YouTube channel in the history of wholesaling real estate by a far margin. It's not even close. Okay, it's not even close. And I've seen those successful people and I've seen the complainers. That's all I can say, right? The differences. And there's a lot of secrets between people that, I do all these one-on-ones. I do all of these testimonials, these podcasts of people coming on. Zach, you changed my life. Rick, you changed my life. And there's always an easy underlining story of how they're all getting into it and like their struggles. And most of them struggle the first 3 or 4 months. The ones that end up making $500,000, 800K in a year, or they get their first deal like quick. Like, why don't they do that, right? It's usually like two things, and that's really it that like stops them. And it's not like they didn't grind enough, they didn't hustle enough, right? It's never that. And so let's talk about that first, and we can bring up more of how we can do this, right? So why most virtual wholesalers struggle the first 3 months? It's pretty simple. We can't even start marketing, okay, in virtual wholesaling real estate until you've gotten over your fear and your excuses of getting into virtual wholesaling. What do I mean by this? What I mean by this is you getting into virtual wholesaling, if you have this limiting belief in your mindset, this little thing in your mind that's like, oh my gosh, what do I say if they say, you don't live in North Carolina, you live in Utah. Oh, what do I do? It mentally screws you up, okay? And what I mean by that is if you have in your mindset that, like, let's say you play basketball. If you have in your head that you're going to miss the shot before you take it, you are twice as more likely to miss the shot.
Hands down.
Did the environment change around you? Did the basket get smaller?
No.
Did you get weak? No, you're mentally throwing yourself off, okay? If you go tell yourself that today's going to be a terrible day and you wake up and that's what you tell yourself, your day is going to be terrible. If you tell yourself this is going to be a good day, some things might not make it a good day, but you're more likely to be happy and have a better day. And so what we're breaking down today is until you can fix your mind, nothing else matters. Okay. If you have no gas in the car ain't going to move. We got to get over that fear and excuse. And this is above what regular wholesaling is. In regular wholesaling, virtual wholesaling has a lot more of these excuse and fear factors than regular wholesaling. And what I mean by it, it's like, what do I do if I can't find a boots on the ground? What do I do if the seller asks where I'm from? How do I sign a contract if it's virtual? What if they don't take me seriously? What if I'm too young? What if I have an accent? I don't live in the United States. All these little like excuses and things get in your head and they stop you. Oh, I can't start until I figure this out. Or I don't know what I'm doing. That little thing in your head is stopping you from actually getting rich, stopping you from being successful, right? I was on the phone the other day with someone. I'm just explaining to him, like, this guy's from Nigeria, right? And I'm like, you don't understand how lucky you are. There are so many people that live in Nigeria right now that are making 6 figures plus in wholesaling real estate. And you're an immigrant and you're in the United States, you have such a bigger advantage. The truth is, there are people in South Africa, Nigeria, Tanzania, not Tanzania, Tanzania. I said Tanzania last week. It's actually Tanzania. It's still Africa. That the average salary in like Tanzania is like 25 grand. And there's people making 6 figures plus. I know one guy in Trinidad and Tobago making 50 grand a month learning how to wholesale real estate for free. These are people that are in way worse situations than you. Worse internet, VPNs, time zone issues. They didn't even learn. English was like their 4th language. And they are out hustling and making more money than you in virtual wholesaling real estate. What's the difference? They decided, I don't want to be broke. I have all the tools I need. I'm going to become successful. I'm going to make sure that nothing is an excuse. If an idiot like Zach can get rich in wholesaling, I think I can too. That's what these people are probably saying in my head. But that's the truth. And you guys are sitting out here in like New York City crying about how you live in New York City, how you can't make anything work. It's like, well, I have a Brooklyn accent. Oh no. Like, you go anywhere in the United States, somebody's got a Brooklyn accent. Like, it's fine. Okay. But you got these guys and gals in Slovenia, Slovakia, the UK, France, like everywhere across the world getting rich virtually wholesaling. And you, with no accent at all, free internet, are going to complain to me that, oh, it might not be right for me. I don't want to hear it. The knowledge is here on the channel. Like, there's nothing. And so why do people are successful that live in worse situations than you? And I've always said this, there's always in any facet of business, and I think you can agree, there's always somebody who had a worse situation than you that became more successful. And so if you're out here saying, oh, my leg hurts today, or, I'm sick, or like, I don't feel good, or, I have this problem, I have people with no hands that are wholesaling houses. I got people that have these terrible stutters and lisps that are still getting deals, right? There's nothing in a set. There's always somebody in a worse situation. Oh, I'm a single mom of 2. Well, there's a single mom of 3 that I know that's making over 6 figures virtually wholesaling. Like, we can go down the list. There's always somebody who had a worse hand of cards given to you. Okay. Easy example for me. Of course I was broke. I was a bag boy. I was doing wholesaling, but like you had a way worse situation. You had a regular job and you had 2 kids and married, right? That's way worse than what I was. And then there's always you, and then there's always the single mom of 3 trying to make it work. And then then you feel like, oh, I'm 60. Well, there's somebody 70 trying to start out. There's always somebody in a worse situation that became successful. And so if you can just remember that before we get into what you got to do, we just got to fix your mindset. This is why I'm going to give you what you need to do, but all that stuff doesn't matter if you don't have the right mindset. It's the truth, right?
Plain and simple. If you have an excuse, you're going to own it. You're going to use it as leverage why you can't do something. And until you grasp the concept that nobody wants to hear your excuse, like the more dramatic you make your excuse, you're doing it for you. You're not doing it for me. You're not doing it for Zach. At the end of the day, the only way you're going to be successful wholesaling is like, listen, I've come from this. I'm not going to let it hold me back. I'm going to move forward and I'm going to do exactly everything they say. And I'm going to embrace my journey. And that's it. An excuse is just your own validation to your ego why you really don't want to do something. And until you start being honest with yourself, it doesn't matter if you wholesale, sell life insurance, sell a car. If you don't get rid of your excuses, you cannot move forward. So either you can progress, make $1 million, or you can make 1 million excuses. But I promise you this, you can't do both. You can't. Like, I got to be honest with you. I complained a lot in my life. And then finally, when I had the epiphany, I'm like, it's not going to get me anywhere. You all complain like you're getting credit for it. So other than your dramatic, gossipy friends, nobody cares. And by the way, they take that information and run you under the bus behind you. So just stop doing it. So if you're committed to wholesaling and say, hey, listen, I want to do it. I want to work with Rick and Zach. That's it. I get it. We all come from a past. I have a past. Dude, I dove into wholesaling with a big fat mortgage, 2 young children, and had no idea if I was actually going to make it. You know what I did? I just did it. Like, they say you burn the ships. I didn't really burn the ships. I just went all in and I did it. And it was brutal the first 2 years, but I did it. I had my hustle season. I had my grind. If you really think you're going to be good at wholesaling without doing hustle and grind, show me any successful person that really made it. And I'll show you the journey they went through. And number 1, they all got rid of their excuses and just got the work. Most of you are so stuck on your excuses, you can't get past them. When you guys go on lives with us, some of you spend 5 minutes telling me why you can't wholesale. If that's what you believe, there's nothing me and Zach can say to you. And so $1 million or 1 million excuses, you have to pick one. Unfortunately, most people pick 1 million excuses. If you can fix this problem, I can open your eyes up to a world you never even thought was fathomable.
So let's break it all down. So
do it.
Problem is mindset and excuses. And the last thing we're going to talk about these mindset and excuses is that there's 2 truths in what I can tell you with this is number 1, you cannot be angry and grateful at the same time. So everyone knows that, right? You can't be grateful and then angry at the same time. Those things, oil and water, they don't work. You can't make progress in wholesaling and make excuses at the same time either. They just don't work. Okay.
Oil and water.
Oil and water. And so you got to choose. Just like that, you have to decide to yourself, hey, you know what? Eliminate the excuses we're going to get. So why am I saying this? I get this asked all the time. And this is probably why you clicked on this video today. How long until I find my first virtual wholesaling deal? All right. Probably the most common question I get. Everyone asks, how long until I find my first virtual wholesaling deal? This is the most common one we always get, right? How long? A day? 2 days? 3 days? An hour? Right? Like, it's one of my favorite questions I get because it's such a weird one because it can be anything, right? And so the only thing you really have to ask yourself if you're asking this question is just focus on the 4 M's. And this is something I've been slowly talking about more and more. But the 4 M's. And this is because people keep telling me, I'm just like 4M's. All right. M. More marketing, more money. That is it. If you want to get into virtual wholesaling, you want to ask yourself, how do I make more money? Hey, I'm making $250,000 a year. I want to make $1 million. I want to go from $1 million to $2 million, 2 to 4, 2 to 6, right? 98% of the time, it's going to be more marketing, more money. Now you can get more efficient and double everything like that, right? And obviously, if you do more local offers, you can make more money. But like for the vast majority of people, more marketing, more money. Okay. And so if you want to make more money in your wholesaling business, it's just like talk to more sellers. And there comes to a point where your marketing's so bad that's like, we got to fix that first. But for the majority of people starting out in 14 days, you want to get a deal, you got to put yourself out there. I'm not telling you to cold call, an hour a day. Like we got to get a little more than that. But the more marketing means that we get to get in front of more sellers, and the more sellers we get in front of, the better chance of finding a virtual wholesaling deal. Okay. And so a broke wholesaler getting into this business, they're usually just going to pick one list. All right. They're going to pick one list. They're going to do one marketing channel. They're going to pray that it works. And then if it doesn't work, they quit. For example, this is what a lot of virtual wholesalers love doing. They will sign up at zachdata.com. They'll go to batch. They'll pull a high equity list. That's what the guru said. They will pay for the skip tracing. They blow their entire budget on there, life savings. They'll cold call it and they won't get any results. And then they'll just quit all within 4 days, probably. Right. And then, wholesaling didn't work. Right. It just didn't work. That's what they do. When you really look at it, you don't need to be blowing your budget. You don't need to be spending any money getting wholesaling, right? I would argue you shouldn't be spending money at all when you're getting started, because when you get rid of all your money, then you're like, oh, I spent all my money. I feel terrible. And then you just feel terrible. And then you just quit, right? Don't spend any money. Like make it a point. And then if you don't spend any money, then you're more incentivized to just keep doing this in the long term. So successful wholesalers, what I've always found is they test like 3 to 4 lists and 3 to 4 marketing channels, and they just test them out. And this is what I have done. It's what you have done. This is what most people in virtual wholesaling to get rich and successful, they do this. Because the truth is, let's do a random market. Charleston, West Virginia. All right, I don't do deals in Charleston, West Virginia. But if you threw me in that market, like obviously you told me Pensacola, I know exactly what to do there. If you tell me Knoxville, I know exactly what to do because I virtually wholesale there. But if there's a market I don't know, how do I go into new markets and do well? I test because I don't know. Pre-foreclosures might be the bomb there. It might not be. Some markets are hot and cold with different things. Heck, even in our own market, county by county, things are good and things don't work, right? I can't tell you. I'm not smart enough, I guess, to give you the reasons why. But some code violations work, some don't. Some probates work and some don't. Driving for dollars and reverse driving for dollars works really well in some places and doesn't in the others. But you got to test out a bunch of different lists and a bunch of different marketing channels. And what you're going to find is if you test 4 out, one of them is going to hit. That's it. Simple, right? And then once that one hits, we go all in on that thing and just expand it more. It's like gold mining. That's why we always look at it, right? You have a square mile radius and you keep digging and you find one little spot. You go hard on that spot. And usually there's gold right there all around it.
Yep.
And so we do pre-foreclosures and oh my gosh, it's working. Don't stop doing it. Go pull more pre-foreclosures. Call them, text them, go crazier. Then you can get some deals and then we can start getting more money and start doing better. Same thing with marketing channels. If cold calling is just producing that's why I love having so many different wholesalers on here and talking to them, because there are these wholesalers that like all they do is text and that's the only way they get deals, and they try calling and it sucks. And there's other guys that like they cannot get a deal in texting and they can only get deals calling. People that can only get deals reverse trying for dollars. People that can only get deals doing digital bandit signs, right? It's crazy how different every market is. And so what I'm telling you is don't just do one and put all your eggs in that basket. It ain't going to work. Try different type of channels, lists, tactics, strategies, and that's how you get successful, right? Everyone loves sports, right? It's like, that's how sports work, okay? So you're playing basketball, you try zone defense, it won't work, but if you try man and it's working well, you're just going to keep doing that. Same thing with football. Blitzing's not working, maybe try to do some zone. Maybe like, You just got to switch up the schemes and see which scheme's working.
Yeah,
in football, they try like 50 different type of defensive like types to see which one's working during that day. You got to do the same thing in wholesaling. Like I'm just telling you, like you got to do different types. Chess, there's chess strategies. If you do it the wrong way, you got to see which one's working. You just got to test things out. We didn't know SMS text blasting when it first came out was going to hit, but I was willing to risk it. I was willing to spend some money. Hey, let's see if this works. And it worked. We've done some other things, I'll give you an example, like radio ads. We tried hard on radio ads. Just didn't give us the ROI as texting and cold calling. And I wanted it to work. I really wanted it to work, but it just wasn't. And, but for every single time we fail, there's usually another one that just pays off massively.
And this is what we do is we want you to try different strategies to test your markets. And number two, this will avoid your natural instinct to go, I feel, or I think. You don't know anything. Like, be brutally honest. If you don't know wholesaling, you need to figure out the reason why you use different lists and different marketing channels is because you will get feedback. And that feedback is called data. And the one thing data doesn't lie. And the reality is if you're spending any type of money, you have to follow the data because that's how you follow the money. It's not like I feel I'm going to do this zip code and I'm just going to do cold calling. Oh, try 2 or 3 different things. And then eventually you'll gravitate towards the thing, ready for this, that doesn't make you feel good or you guessed. It's the thing that actually makes you money. And this amazing thing happens in wholesaling when you spend money and you're focused on a market, especially virtually. You go, man, we got a deal from this method. We were cold calling on this type of list. Let's keep going. And that's what you do. You respond to the data. It gets rid of all your guessing. But if you're only in one platform in one way and you guess to start out, it's like drilling randomly in a field to find where the gold is. And you're never going to hit it perfect. We constantly have to move around in our markets. When it starts to dry up and things change, stuff changes. All real estate's local. So keep it in mind. The data will point you in the right direction. It will get rid of your guessing and I thinks. Because when you spend money, if it works, I promise you, you'll gravitate towards it. And then guess what? You go, I like this. You know why you like it? Because it makes you money.
Yep.
Like, it's not like nobody goes, I just absolutely love cold calling. But if you got 5 leads off cold calling and you got 2 contracts inked, you're doing pretty good at cold calling. I would double down on it. And that's a point to the data. Don't say, ask your friend, what do you think about the Knoxville market? Do you think I should go into it? Do your research, find out, and then start test. And then once you start to get deals, go in it. It's like when you go fishing, don't leave the fish when they're biting. I've done this so many times and I waste like the next 4 or 5 hours. I go, man. And we always say, well, why the hell we stopped doing what was working?
That's it. Like when you go fishing, especially when we do insane ocean fishing, like we do sometimes, you'll find some spots. They're called wrecks where like these big ships crash and then fish like to migrate, live there. There's some of them, like we go there, we always catch fish. And like, if you go there, keep catching like, well, oh, let's go try the other one. Yeah. And then you try the other one and then someone else goes on the spot you win. And then boom, you can't catch it.
Just gave it up. Yeah.
You got to understand, you have to try and test things out. If you don't test things out, you are just going to be complacent and you're not going to do it. And if you don't test things out, what if that one strategy doesn't work? One example, this was a really bad thing Rick did and something really bad that I did. We both had the same mistake. I made all my money starting out my first year of bandit signs, over $100,000 just bandit signs. Guess what happened? I put so many stinking the amount of money I was making at 17 years old was disgusting. But I was making so much money and putting so many signs out that they created a task force for code enforcement and hired 4 people just to pick up my signs 24/7. Think about that. And bandit signs did not come in very well after a year.
Yep.
And I was like, shoot, am I going to quit wholesaling or am I just going to pivot and test things out? Started cold calling instead, right? The problem for you is you've never had this issue, but you were always all in on direct mail. Mm-hmm. What if direct mail never ended up not working? Actually, no, it actually did not work, right? Remember in like 2019, direct mail started like slumping. It was actually slumping hard. Yep. Because I remember 2017, 2018, and 2019 was like, oh my gosh, this is slumping hard. And then 2020 got even worse. And so what you're like, oh my gosh, the average wholesaler in our comp, like the average seller got 7 postcards, and like it was so hard to close those deals.
Yeah.
They got set. What's new with you? I got 7 other people, right? I'm like, we're like, oh, what do we do? Then we created ROS, but if we didn't have ROS, like we'd probably make less money. But we ended up saving our direct mail by doing that, right?
Yeah.
So we just put offers on postcards, and we were always the first call, and that saved us like crazy. And so what you have to understand here is, unless you adapt or keep testing things out and you stay complacent, you're not going to do well. That's why all these would-be wholesalers always leave. Half these gurus, when I started YouTube 4 years ago, right? Half these YouTube gurus have already left because they're all into the next thing. They're doing their crypto, they're doing their Amazon, they're doing their whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because like they like, it was a fad for them. They didn't want to test it out. That they did only one method, and then they're all out, and then there'll be new gurus coming in and new gurus coming out. But the reason why you and I just stay still, we would keep it up, we always adapt. And that is the point, guys. If you do not adapt your marketing, you don't adapt the knowledge. And this is really important why you watch these live streams. When the wholesale market changes, we tell you what to do. We tell you what's going on. We tell you how to pivot. Like digital bandit signs were not a thing last year. This year, there are a thing. There are methods that change and laws and all that. And if you're not on top of things, your competition will watch this channel and be on top of it, and you'll get cut out. And so this is why we always bring new strategies. We're the only YouTube channel that actually creates marketing channels and marketing lists that no one's ever even heard of before. Because I'm constantly, I know this is crazy, I eat, breathe, sleep wholesaling. That's all I think about most of the day. It's weird, except for the Miami Dolphins on Sundays. Outside of that time, even I'm thinking about the wholesaling on the commercial breaks. I'm always thinking about new ways to do it. And I hate to say, if you're not even doing that, you're going to be in trouble. I'm just telling you, you are what you think. So I do a lot of wholesaling deals because I think about wholesaling a lot. And so let's kind of talk about, if you're getting a virtual wholesaling right now, as of this, that's why we like live streams. As is this live stream, I give you my promise. Next year, when I make an update type video on this, these lists are going to be different. There's going to be something new that happens that we're going to have to pivot. Maybe interest rates go even more crazy and we got to get like crazier on the buyer side, or we got to just shift things over. Maybe real estate jacks up the prices. Maybe interest rates go down. We don't know, right? We have an idea, but we know we don't really know. And so the channels and lists are always going to change. And this is really important. So lists as of today. Number one, the one that's probably going to be here next year, so the day I die, is probably government list.
Hands down.
If you haven't watched the video on Tuesday, Rick did an entire government list tutorial. So I would go there on Tuesday's live stream. Government lists. He did a full tutorial, so we're not going to get into it today. That's kind of why we did it Tuesday, so you kind of understand it. We break down into government lists. We have a free wholesaling course. It's called freewholesaling.com. Put it on the top left-hand corner real quick. It is our free real estate wholesaling course that you get in, teaches you how to do all that stuff. It's all in there. It's pretty easy, right? It is an amazing tactic to get into wholesaling because it's a list that your competition's not doing. The government provides it for free. And if you're virtually wholesaling, you literally have employees in that local government driving around looking for ugly houses, and they have a list. It's crazy. Code violations, pre-foreclosures, water shutoffs, fire damage, all these government lists. Just go to freewholesaling.com. It's all in there. Now, number two, if you're virtually wholesaling right now, I know for a fact you are not doing this. I will bet the house that over 90% of everyone watching this has not consistently done this, right? What is it? Digital bandit signs. Why aren't you doing it? People pay $4,000 for the program. They had to schedule a call and then it gets sold from a salesperson to buy a program to just let them know that this is a possibility. And I give it to you for free and you guys just whatever. There are so many people getting deals from digital bandit signs right now. You have to be doing this. Just post Craigslist ads, Facebook groups, and you just follow what ChatGPT prompts you tell you to do, which is free, by the way. You can get wholesaling deals. You can post digital bandit signs. I'm the bandit sign guy. You can post digitally these bandit signs on Facebook groups with 50, 60, 70,000 people in your local market. They get leads. They get results. That people make a full-time living off of digital bandit signs now. And Craigslist ads, they are amazing right now. And you've been doing them even before Facebook even had Facebook groups.
No, I mean, Craigslist was my go-to page.
That's it. So you just let a thousand people look at that sign, that digital banner sign. You're gonna get calls,
You
guys.
just need one. You just need one, guys.
And so we get asked all the time, what's a digital banner sign? A digital banner sign is basically those. It's basically an ad on Craigslist saying, "Hey, me and my partner looking to buy a couple more houses for cash in the area." That's it. I know it's stupid, but you post it once, you're not going to really get any calls. You post it twice on the second day in a row. Okay, you're getting some looks. 3, 4. You got to do it every single day. And guess what? While you're watching this live stream, you can have me in the background while I go on a crazy rant about gurus or something, and just go to Craigslist and post the ad. It takes 30 seconds to create a digital banner sign. It takes 45 seconds probably to do it on the Facebook group because it's a little more niched out. It takes literally a minute and a half. Do you want me to pause this live stream for a minute and a half so you guys can go post a digital banner sign? What do I have to do to get you to start doing it? It costs no money. You get inbound leads and you start getting wholesaling deals. You can get your ad out there to 40,000 people for free. Most people who do Facebook ads have to, what is it? It's like at least $300 to get that type of traction. And you can get that every day for free. It's insane. But if you're not using digital banner signs, you are behind the 8 ball. And I'm not telling you it's a guaranteed winner for you, but I'm telling you if 1,000 people today watch this, I can tell you about 100 of them, it's going to be actually a consistent lead source for them. So it's not going to be for everyone. But if you do it, you have a good little lottery chance. It's an amazing one. You can do it. It doesn't take you any time. People cold call for 4 hours a day and still refuse to spend 3 minutes to put a digital banner sign out.
It works 24/7 for you.
I don't know what to tell you. It's a working.
People just like they like to pay Facebook for everything. So it's like, I'm telling you guys, you can do Facebook ads. It just I don't want to hear about how cheap the leads are because that's all anybody ever tells me. They're so cheap. I'm like, yeah, nobody goes to Facebook to sell their properties. I just don't think the ROI is there. I think there's better ways to do it. But
so guys, digital banner signs is number 2. Number 3, this is a possibility. If you got some money, sure. You can use listria.com or you can use zachdata.com lists. These are just paid softwares, prop stream batch leads. We'll do a full breakdown of both of them soon. But they're great services, right? You can get the high equity list. If you struggle with pre-foreclosures, you can get them. You can get vacant properties. You get tired landlords. There's a lot of really good data you can get from them. They all have free drawing for dollars apps too on them. You can use dmzac.com. But virtual wholesaling, maybe. But I'll tell you, these paid services are probably going to be the best ones for you guys to be doing. So listria.com, zachdata.com, if you want to get some paid lists for it. This is going to take a little more money, but remember, if you want VAs and stuff like that, that might be a better option. Those are always a good one. All the lists on there are pretty much going to work for you if you use the filters we say with the right years of ownership. You niche it out a little more. It'll definitely help you out. Number 4, this is a great, I call it a list. It's just joint venturing with people. And this is one most people just don't have the mindset for or to be like accepting of. But you can find other wholesalers in a market. So like if I'm living in New York City and I want to do Chattanooga, Tennessee, I can find kids in Chattanooga, Tennessee that are struggling right now. They have deals, but they struggling with the dispo side, or maybe they're just struggling finding deals. And what you can do is find deals, and then they can do the other half of the transaction, which is the cash buyer and the dispo side. And they can actually meet the seller in person. They can do all these things and create a trust relationship, and you can JV with them. It's a great strategy. Like I live in Florida. People send us deals in like New Hampshire, and I will virtually wholesale with them. And I never locked up the deal, but I had the buyer and I found the buyer, and it was easy for there. So JVing is a really good strategy. We talk about it in freewholesaling.com a lot, and I just generally talk about it a lot too. If you have questions on that, let me know. I'm always here to help you with it. But joint venturing, co-wholesaling, working with other wholesalers, you will make more money working with other wholesalers than just being greedy and doing it all by yourself. Don't you agree?
I agree. It's just I started my first year. I JV'd a huge portion of it. To be honest, I spent all my time working with motivated sellers, and I didn't learn dispositions, but I knew I would eventually add it. And by year 2, I had it completely locked in. But in year 1, anybody who brought me a cash buyer that got me what I needed, I did not care. And that's how I operated. And honestly, it just gave me more speed, and it gave me more confidence I could get my deals sold, and I went out and got more deals. Now, as I got better, Then I paid attention to dispositions, and then I didn't have to do it anymore. But in the beginning, honestly, you're better off taking a profit than no profit. Some people are like, oh, I'm going to sell it on my own. That's great if you can. But if you don't know what you're doing and you need help, find someone that's got a robust cash buyers list and work with them and try to partner up with them. And guys, listen, a good JV agreement, both parties win. It should not be one crushing the other one. We get people call us all the time. We go, you find us a buyer, we'll give you 10%. 10%? What's 10%?
Oh, I get that all the time.
What am I going to make? $500? Like, you want my cash buyers list, then you take them and then I get 10%. Well, we'll give you 15. No, forget it. Find value in it. It's not always an equal split, but the reality is when you need somebody in a pinch, you need to help them out, just split it. You'll do more deals with that person. You'll earn more trust. And when you try to do these JV deals where you try to squash the little person, you just create distrust and usually the deal falls apart. So just try to create win-wins if you decide to do the JV route. The only time you give up money is if the other partner has to fund it and do some other stuff. You do have to give up some money in it, but JV is a wonderful option to get to the profit quickly.
I agree. Number 5, virtual drawing for dollars. I know, like, you're trying to get your first deal here. That might not be the most sexy approach, but really, like, looking at these 5 things, there's not like a huge, like, crazy, like, there's not like 30 different ways, like, type. Now, government lists have a ton, paid lists have a ton, but really, virtual drawing for dollars can be another good option if you're willing to work hard, and if your Google Maps is kind of updated, go do it. It's another way to get deals that most people don't do. I'm not trying to give you strategies that like won't work, because I feel like most people just listen to what a guru says, and then there's 50 people doing the same thing. Your chance of being successful doing that's very low. And so, but by virtual drawing for dollars, you can just go on Google Maps, scroll through the maps, and look for ugly houses. It takes you more leads to do, but there are a ton of wholesalers doing well with it. Now, I'd prefer government lists, but still, this is an option. I'm just saying, like, these are, again, earned lists. These are not paid lists or free lists. You have to earn it. You can't go out here and just beg for it. You have to earn it. And if you earn it, you'll get it. I love virtual drawing for dollars. It's an amazing strategy, but most people aren't doing it. You should be doing it. Now let's talk about channels, right? So those are the lists. Where are some channels to get some deals, right? Just focus on 5. That's all I'm telling you. Test them out if you want. Number 1, I'm a broken record here, cold calling. Guys, just get on your phone and talk to these people. You can skip trace them. You can do whatever you want, but just get in front of them, call them up, and you will get deals doing it. I promise you. You will get deals if you cold call the right lists. But if you decide that you don't want to cold call, that's okay, but your skills are going to be a lot less talking to sellers. So the reason why I love cold calling is marketing and it's skill set building at the same exact time. That's why I highly recommend you cold call. Number 2 here, SMS text blasting. Oh my gosh. Guys, you have to be doing this. Texting, right? You're just sending text out and letting people know you're looking to buy the property. Now, you can even do it from your personal cell phone for free. I think that's a really interesting part. If you have no money, you can text from your personal cell, use Google Voice. You can use a paid service like smszack.com, and you can go out here and get deals. But I think most wholesalers don't understand this, that even if you're broke, you can SMS text blast.
Extremely scalable too.
It's very scalable. You can send thousands a day.
Yeah. I mean, so if you're a single operator, which most people are on here, it is a great way. It's going to cost you a little bit of money, but it is one heck of a strategy, especially if you're a solo entrepreneur.
No, yeah. And you're working a 9-to-5 job. You want to get there. It's a great one to do. Number 3 here. I've always said this, reverse drawing for dollars, but you can have your partner do it instead. This is something I've always done. But if I'm in a new market, Chattanooga, I'm going to find 3 or 4 guys or gals that are wholesalers, and I'll put them on my deal machine, my dmzack.com. And what I'll do is just have them drive. They'll add leads in there. We'll cold call them. We'll lock up the deal, and we'll pay them half the deal. I don't care. They're driving for dollars. It's very expensive. I can't physically drive for dollars. They're paying for the gas. It is a great strategy. It's not talked about a lot, but if you can find little minions, I don't know, I'm calling them little minions. I don't know if that's the right term. But like they'll drive for you. They're like bird dogs, and they'll find the deal. And all they do is put in the app, and that's all they have to do. And you pay them half the deal. It seems like an unfair thing, but if you live in Slovakia right now and you can't drive for dollars, it's the best thing you possibly. You have to incentivize them, and there's trust involved from them too. So that's why I like 50-50. It's a partnership split, but It's a good one. Reverse drawing for dollars. Virtually, it is possible. You just kind of have to do that little split, and you'll do well doing it. Right? You just how would you reach out to someone like that and explain that to him like for like a bird dog type thing?
You're talking about like virtually from another country?
Yeah, like finding somebody.
Well, you got to understand, like most people look at things like, okay, how much am I going to make this week? How much am I going to make per hour? And you got to find someone who's so committed to do it. They're like, dude, I'm all in with you. But I can tell you, if you do anything less than a 50-50 partner, you don't have a partner. You're looking for like an employee, and you're not going to give them the support. So a partner, it works two, and it takes two to do it. So you're going to have to sell them on working on the deal. And you know what? The biggest obstacle they're going to like, when do you think I'm going to get paid? And so when you start listening to the quality of the questions they're asking, they go, listen, if it takes us 2 months or 6 months, like we both want the exact same thing and we both get paid the exact same day. So if you're willing to commit and I'm willing to commit, here's what I'm going to provide for you. Here's what I want from you. Let's discuss how we can both work together to cash in that paycheck. And I'm willing to wait if it takes time. The person who says, I have to be paid in the next like 7 days, just run. Like they don't want to be your partner. They just want to be your employee to take your money. And most of you try to treat people like partners. You tell them they're partners, but then you treat them like employees. And that's why you don't get the commitment and buy-in. It's not easy, guys. You're basically asking someone, hold my hand till we make money. And you're going to have to bust your butt to get it. And some of you try to make this an employee relationship, more like a 1099. And I'm just telling you, the minute they don't get paid in like 10, 14 days, they're gone. So how do you find a partner? You got to have really high quality conversations. You got to find people that are going to commit. Is it easy? No, but have those hard conversations up front and find some sort of commitment. I look for people that are excitable about real estate. They think it's exciting and they just love the whole world. It doesn't have to be wholesaling. It's just real estate investing. Don't look for someone who's singular focused on wholesaling, somebody that just loves to be around it, and just find out what their track record is. And look at their history. If they quit everything else they've done before, most likely they're going to use that same personality to get them to that point. So finding these people, that is the challenge. But have the right conversation up front. If you want a partner, don't pay them 20% and then expect them to like do partner duties. They've got to go in. They got to go get tough signatures. They got to go get photos. And they got to keep cash buyers on the line when the stuff hits. Because wholesaling, even when you do it locally, you guys know the stuff that you have to hold together. If you're going to do it virtually and you're going to be 1,000 miles away, find someone that will partner up with you to get to the profit. If you don't do that, you have an employee at 1099. They're going to quit on you in 2 weeks to like 30 days. And that's, if you want a partner, have a partner conversation. But most of you treat them like employees and you run them over and you want to know why they ghost you. So keep that in mind. If you're going to have someone 1,000 miles away to do everything for you, take care of them. Like, make sure they're the right commitment. If you do that, you can do like real partnership. Other than that, it's an employee 1099 relationship at best.
I see all the time. You guys, you treat them like partners, you'll do well. Number 4 here, digital bandit signs. It is technically a channel. So post your digital bandit signs, you'll get the deal doing that. Number 5 is direct mail. It's a possible channel. It will get you deals. I would be a little more careful with it if you don't have the money. But if this is something you're willing to do and you're kind of sick of just, frankly, like, I don't know. Yeah, like you don't do the texting. You kind of just want to get that fast pass. It does cost a lot of money to do this. It is an option and you will make profits on it. But for most people, if you're looking at getting virtual wholesaling and you've been doing 6 figures deals, this could be an option for you if you don't want to spend any more time. But that's a good one to do too. And so some more secrets I can give to you guys is just like, if you're looking to get a deal quick, the riches are truly in the niches. And what I mean by this is, think about niche type of lists that your average Joe Schmo ain't doing, and go hard on them. And so one really big one I've always talked about is the pre-foreclosures plus probates. Mix these riches in. So if you get probates and so basically people that passed away and they're behind on their mortgage payments and the bank's about to foreclose on the property, this is double motivation, double profits. And it's an amazing one to do. And there's not a ton of these out here. So if you can figure out pre-foreclosures plus probates, you'll do really, there's a lot of wholesalers that are doing well with it. You should definitely consider doing it. And if you want to know how to do it, you have a free wholesaling course. It's called freewholesaling.com. We'll show you right here how to do it. Free stinking wholesaling.com. Free, the word free, and the word wholesaling.com. Go to freewholesaling.com. That's where it's literally all at. Just go there. Next, code violations. And all I talk about is code violations, I feel like sometimes. But the reason is because you haven't stinking done it. All right. It drives me crazy that most wholesalers haven't done it. You got to do it. Heck, you go to like SMSAC.com, you're going to do a texting list. Literally, go to PropStream, go to Batch, listari.com, ZachData.com. Go to the high equities. Make sure the property's been owned for 5 years. Make sure it's not on the MLS. And then just click the title landlord section and just text that. There are so many little tiny niches you can do in these paid softwares that work really well. So one of the best ones we find are high equity. Why do we like high equity over low equity or medium equity?
It just means they got more room to negotiate with you. Listen, if someone's only got 10% equity in a property and you're looking for a 20 to 30% discount, it's a math problem. So I wouldn't fish there at all. So the more equity they have, usually they've owned the home longer and they understand they're going to have to leave a little bit of money in it. And those are the ones that it's just an easy way to find profit. But if you find people with 30% or less equity, the odds of them giving you a discount are probably slim to none because they haven't owned it long enough and they owe too much. And so we just point in the path where you're going to have the most opportunity. That's why high equity it's always been a common sense play. Is it overplayed? Sometimes. Like the old days, we just do absentee owners. We never did homeowner occupied. And then we finally made the shift. You know why? Because we beat the crap out of the absentee owners so bad, AKA landlords, that I went to the other side, that I was doing so much better on the other side because nobody ever touched them. Now I don't care. It can be absentee owner. It can be homeowner occupied. It doesn't matter to me. The only ones I don't want are the ones on the market and the ones owned by a bank.
That's pretty much it. They're a great one. They own it for a while. Always great. Heck, even more niche. The arrest records and the liens. That's another great list to be doing. As long as you guys are going out here and just dedicating at least 10 hours a week on a niche list, you will get deals. Like if you want to deal in 2 weeks, like this is what you got to do. Focus 10 hours a week on niche lists with the right channels. You'll get deals. The problem is most people aren't willing to do it. They're not exact with it, right? So one thing you have to be exact with this, all right? You have to go do what we say. You can't follow a little bit of what I say and then I don't know about that, or I'll do that. You have to do exactly what we're saying here to actually get rich, and it'll show you what to do, right? Skip trace the right way. That's another big one. A lot of you guys have bad skip tracing. ZachData.com for the skipping, cyber background checks. If you have no money, whatever, as long as you can do that and create an action plan, you're going to be fine. Hop on the one-on-ones we have here. Guys, on this live stream right now, if you go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, my Facebook group, there is a link on StreamYard to go talk to us on this live stream for free one-on-one. Hop on the one-on-ones. Get very selfish. I want to know your story, and I want to give you free coaching on how to do it. People that hop on the one-on-ones tend to make more money than the ones that don't. It's a shocker. It's true, though.
Take action.
It always works. And then obviously, get your base of knowledge for wholesaling done right, of exactly the right closing scripts, my right scripts for calling, my right scripts for texting, all these things. Just go to freewholesaling.com for it. Again, it's the word wholesaling with the word free in front of it. So freewholesaling.com. That's the course. And then go through there and just eliminate all your excuses and roadblocks. The reason why you guys listen to me time and time again is you have to constantly get fed the information about how you should not be a quitter. You are not going to be somebody that makes excuses. You are not going to be the person that's going to have some stupid thing stop you from getting rich and successful. You have a duty to get rich. You have a duty to become successful for your family. You have a duty to change your life. And the only way you're going to start changing your life is actually taking action and doing the right stuff. That's what you got to do. Go to freewholesaling.com, learn how to do it, and you'll get rich. That's the point, right? I mean, eliminate the excuses and you take the action, the deals will follow. Yeah, but you just got to consistently show up every single day.
But if you keep the excuses, it's going to cloud your mind. It's going to cloud your judgment. And you only got so much bandwidth up here. I know it better than anyone. And if you consume it with stuff that is never going to help you, then you can't focus on the things that actually make a huge difference in your life. So you got to replace complaining and excuses on how to take action and finding solutions. So if you find yourself making excuses, the first thing is to recognize it, be conscious of it, and change the pattern. It will not happen overnight. It's going to take work. But If you truly want to be successful in wholesaling, you have to be in an excuse-free zone, because excuses will make you no money. They're a complete distraction. And when you come to like someone like me and Zach with excuses, like, I'm not going to validate your excuse. Sorry, just not. You either have to find a solution or use another technique. But if you have a problem, that's a different story. Okay, there's problems and then excuses. Excuses are reasons why you don't want to do something. Problem is, hey, I pulled this list, but I'm stuck with this. Do you think I should do this or do that? And as you all know, when you have kids, if you make every decision for a child, you're going to create major pain down the road for them. Your job as a parent is to get your child independent where they can be successful on their own. How we do it's a whole nother topic. But if you make every decision for them, but then there's other people that, like, the worst part is the people that will never make a decision because they're scared. I'm going to fail. It's not going to work. What do I do? I can't fix that for you. All I can do is give you some tools to help you fix that. But if you constantly hang up on an excuse, you're stalling, you're self-sabotaging. And honestly, if you really want what's best in life, you'll get rid of them. If you don't, you stick to the excuses, and it is what it is. And remember, every time you tell someone your excuse, you're just falling on deaf ears. They're just being polite to you. When people hear your excuses, past your immediate family, and I think they hear it the most, they like, oh God, here comes the person that's going to give me an excuse of why they're not doing something today. So just, it has to come from you. He can't fix it. I can't fix it. Your mom and dad can't fix it. You have to fix it. Eliminate excuses. You can make amazing progress in anything you want in life.
I agree. Shadow's got a good excuse here. The only thing holding me back is the Illinois law. That's not a good excuse, man. You can virtually wholesale outside of Illinois. So what's that's another mindset thing you have. You watch some guru video and they screwed you up mentally, and you actually didn't read the law. It's for the inside the state of Illinois. If you want to get specific on it, just virtually wholesale out of that. That's the only state you have to do it in. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I see excuses and I think they're stupid. Just eliminate them. You'll be fine. So what we're going to do is answer some questions. We're excited. We're going to do some one-on-one calls today too. So I'm excited for that. And we'll break it all down. We got our live event tomorrow. That's why we're doing a live stream here on Wednesday. So I'm very excited for it. We're going to have it all recorded for you guys here on the channel. And yeah, then in the next coming weeks, you'll see the videos. That'll be pretty exciting. But yeah, I'm excited to go teach people. The point of the entire event is how to go from $0 to $100,000. That is it. Simple as that. It's called Escape the Matrix.
Well, we actually have to prove to people we're not AI either.
Maybe not. I'm telling you, it's true. So we're excited about that, and that's
gonna be a lot of fun. So
yeah, you'll see updates and everything like that, social media and stuff. But it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm really excited for it. So let's go answer some questions here. Craft says no intro. Did I miss it? We're working with the intro. We got permission from the guy with the video, but their label is having an issue with us. So we're working on that. We got their label is like upset at us, so we got to work on that. But for now, we're good right now. Problem solved. My grandkids asked to tell you thanks for teaching Grandpa how to retire and spend more time with him. Thank you so much. That is the goal.
That's awesome.
Why we do what we do.
That's really cool.
And yeah, we're excited about that. Awesome. Brandon said, what's up, man? Watching this at work and I'm prospecting while my branch manager isn't looking. I work a 9 to 5, but I'm going to find my deal here soon. I call every day on my hour break. Love seeing the content. Brandon, shout out to you, man. You're making it work.
That's what I did while I worked.
And you're doing the little things. That doesn't seem crazy, but you keep it up and you will see the results. I promise
awesome.
you. I'd love to see that. Shout out to Brandon there. Awesome. Our Burrows says that might be a troll account. It says, I heard it's illegal to do digital bandit sign. Every single
when you start anything with I heard,
wait,
just give me your excuse up front. It's easier.
I
heard somebody said, so-and-so says this doesn't work anymore. Like,
I heard
there's no source here. Like, give me a source. I heard. Where'd you hear? Grocery store? Come on, man.
I heard, I heard the birds are not going to be out today. I heard this. I heard it's going to be.
I heard the sun's not coming.
I heard
it's
snowing in Florida today.
Felt like it.
That's all you can say. Like, when you start with I heard, It's
Just
ridiculous.
I don't listen to anything after I heard.
It's illegal
it's
to post a
gossip.
bandit sign. It's so funny.
How can it
Yeah,
be illegal?
I heard that gas cars are illegal right now. It's such a weird thing to say. I heard the Dolphins are the best football team ever. It's the truth.
We got to figure out how to beat the Bills. That's the
I
only
don't say
challenge.
I heard. I say I know. It's the truth.
I don't know.
Scarlett says, "What's a digital bandit sign?" Scarlett, there's a little course on the bottom of this. It's called freewholesaling.com. You obviously haven't been there. Please go there. It's called free wholesaling.
Well, it'll explain it there for you. So go to
free-
freewholesaling.com.
Wholesaling.com. It's a free course. We'll show you how to do
Good.
it.
Legit question.
It's a legit question, but if you're asking that question, you got to do that. And also, if you're asking this question, what is ROS? You haven't gone to freewholesaling.com, because in freewholesaling.com, it's a direct mail section. The direct mail link brings you to the mailing course, which is mailingmastery.com.
Yep.
It is a free mailing course. It's like freewholesaling.com. It's like its junior brother, but it just teaches you only direct mail. And
Correct.
ROS is inside of it. It's called mailingmastery.com. Teaches you how to do direct mail. Pretty cool. Get you going. Serena says, what would be a good schedule for success? It's a great question. Our favorite schedules for success are always what we call the 3-3-1 approach. No, the 3-1-1 approach. Sorry. 3-1-1 means for every 5 hours of wholesaling real estate, 3 of those hours should be spent towards marketing, 1 hour towards acquisitions, and then 1 towards dispositions.
That's it.
It's called 3-1-1. It's pretty much how we teach anyone for any good schedules. And you can mix and match wherever you want throughout the day. 2 to 7 p.m. is best for marketing. I have found if you want to do texting or calling, 5 to 7 p.m. is the best time for cold calling and texting. So I would say 4 to 7 should be your 3 hours of marketing. And then your others can be around there for every 5 hours you're doing. But 3-1-1 approach, that's the best schedule for success. Everyone has different schedules. Everyone gets up different times. Some people work night shifts. Some people don't. All these things. Adrian says, how many hours should I cold call a day? 24hours.com. But yeah, I actually think, I think 24 hours would be the best one. The second best is 23 hours, and then just as many as you can. Ari Phil says, freewholesaling.com is free, but Flipboard Plus is 10 grand.
Wow. I didn't even know it was that much. That's awesome.
10 grand. That's crazy.
Hey, someone's making some money off of us. 10 grand.
I wish.
I think you see his comment. I think
it's 10 grand.
All right, it's not that. Go check it out.
$99 a month if you want to go hop on there, but just send me a JV deal instead.
Yeah,
that's what it is. But it's like the train of like, I think someone said.
No, listen, they're just asking questions. So
no, I know. I'd like to get in. Send me a JV deal, bro.
Yeah, we make it free for everybody. Anybody really wants to apply themselves in this business,
deals, man. Anyone can hop in. There's so many people coming tomorrow that did a JV deal with us, and they're all coming in for free for the event. That is it. It's crazy. Oh, no, I want to come to live. Well, send me a JV deal, bro. Send me a JV deal. Send me a deal right now. If I get an assignment of contract locked up, it'd be great.
Yeah. Phil, we want to work with you, but like we got to do this correctly. So the best thing you do is go through freewholesaling.com, get active, go out there marketing, find a deal, submit it to us. You can do a JV. You get Flip with Rick Plus for free, or you can do the paid version, either or. We're the only ones that offer options, like period. And by the way, what we charge is a fraction of what anybody else charges. And you get 2 live events, 4 connections a week, and a DM. Show me anyone else who's going to match that.
Well, it's free. It's a Flip with Rick Plus is free.
Yeah.
You send me JV deals. The point is for you to send it for free. You can pay if you want to go in it, if you want to fast track it. But honestly, I'd rather you send me a JV deal. So we're going to ton people tomorrow send on the JV deals. It's a lot better. I'm just telling you, you guys do it like that. So shout out to Serena. Thank you. Appreciate it. Christian, what's a JV deal? Go to freewholesaling.com. Is co-wholesaling with someone. So for example, there's people that go to freewholesaling.com and they learn how to wholesale. They send me a deal. What I'll do is I'll find a buyer for them and we'll split the deal 50-50. That is exactly how you do it. Ari Phil says, I went through everything in freewholesaling.com. Congrats, Phil. Congratulations. Now get your butt to work and then send me a deal. That's all I can tell you. That's it. There's people that watch all the videos we do, and there's people that watch the videos and then do the work. You have to be in the latter, not the former. So, shout out to you. Go through all freewholesaling.com. I'll tell you, there's less people that get their first wholesaling. There's less people that get their first wholesaling deal from freewholesaling.com than it is that actually did the work than the ones that just go through the video. Going through the videos doesn't mean you're going to become successful. It's like getting a college degree. Getting a college degree doesn't mean you're successful in life.
What?
Getting a job or getting a job.
Oh, come on.
A degree doesn't mean you get a job, but everyone that has a job usually has a degree. So that's right. You got to go through the freewholesaling.com. That means you go through freewholesaling.com, then you go from there. Junior says, if the only way to reach out to a PR for a pre-foreclosure probate is to hand deliver a letter to their house, what exactly should I say? FY, the home address is not the same address as the probate. So Junior, that's not the only way to reach out to a PR. You probably know that though, asking this question.
Usually there's really two ways to contact them. Number one, you write a letter. We offer a template probate letter in freewholesaling.com. Don't reinvent the wheel. Like, do it exactly the way you show it. You can put your spin on it so we don't have identical letters out there. That's number one. The second way is you simply cold call them. You can't show up to a door in a probate. It's not going to go well. Remember, the person passed away, and the PR, which you're correct, is the person in charge. They're going to have a different mailing and a contact information. And so you mail a letter to them or you reach out in a cold call. We call it a kind of a warm call. And you just take your time with them. You take your time and you let them talk 80% of the talking, and don't attack price on your first phone call. But I digress. I teach a whole lot more in further depth on it, but I'm just telling you, do not go up to the door. It's a really bad idea. Okay. You have no idea. And when you're dealing with the death of a person, the last thing you want to do is be doing door-to-door sales on it. It's not going to go well. Trust me. I've tried it. I'm not even crazy about the cold call, but the cold calling is effective and it does work. So between the cold call and the letter, that's going to give you your best chance. Yes, you can send a follow-up letter. Yes, you can do a follow-up phone call, but how far you want to go down that rabbit hole is completely up to you. Now, the PR should have a separate mailing address because most likely they're not going to reside in that house because either grandma or mom was living there. So it makes perfect sense. So don't go up and knock on the door though.
No, I agree. And so, yeah, we're excited for this live event. We got some cool part about, because it's going to be recorded for you guys. So you can see, I'm not making you guys miss out, but I'm just saying there's going to be some awesome things that we're going to record some things. Let me know in the comments what you want to see at the event recorded and we can post it on here. But yeah, we get asked, why do you charge for FlipWork Plus? I will let everyone know again. The amount of money I'm spending on pastries and food at this event won't even cover basically the cost of people paying. So it's FlipWork Plus. I've always said it's $99 a month. And the amount of money I'm spending on employees to set up the event, record it, edit it, and then the food and the hosting, literally it's a place on the water. It's insanely expensive. We lose money on events like this. The point is, I need you guys. I don't make money from you guys paying the $99 a month. I actually make money when you guys send me the JV deals. And so the point is, I'm trying to force people to do JV deals. Why it's $99 a month is I'm going to keep increasing the prices every year until it's more expensive to pay than it is to send me a JV deal. Now, once you send me a JV deal, then you're good to go. That is the point. What you guys have to understand is either you come to the event, well, I'll tell you, the event we're having tomorrow, okay, it is going to be the smallest event I will ever have in the history of my life.
Hands down.
What I mean by that is we are trying to make it as small as possible. We brought it in the smallest town, basically in Florida where I live. And we try to make it as hard as possible to come here. We're trying to make it as small as possible. We're going to have some more events. It's going to get crazy big. So that's why I'm telling you guys, it's very important you guys come out to these early on and join FlipWork Plus sooner or later, because the price is always going to increase. Send me a stinking JV deal. We got people that joined FlipWork Plus, paid for it, and then they did a JV deal, and then we reimbursed them the entire thing. Sounds like someone else. But I'm just telling you guys, you go to FlipWork Plus, you go there, and you can hop on the live event. But we're excited. Let me know what you guys are doing. What you guys want to know. I have some surprises, so I can't reveal it, but we're excited for it. Josh says, do you do deals in Waco? Well, Josh, why do you keep spamming me, bro? Go to sellmypaper.com and go there. That's it. It's funny. But yeah, we're excited about it. Next year, Texas. We got to do something in Texas, don't we?
We're leaning towards Texas.
We got to do something.
We're going to take a poll.
If I do Texas, I'll get a big fancy hat and go crazy with it. But
Texas. The question is, what part of Texas? It's a big state.
yeah. All right. So we're gonna do some one-on-ones, guys. If you want to hop on and talk to us one-on-one, you go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, our free Facebook group. Let me post this in here. So you join the Facebook group right here. It's called Wholesaling Houses for Real. Right here. It is right here. Facebook.com/groups/Wholesaling Houses for Real. You hop on here. How many people we got? We got 118,000 people. It's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot.
It's right here. You click the StreamYard link. You hop on. Talk to us absolutely for free. So we're pretty excited for it. So first off, we got Rebecca. Rebecca.
Hey guys.
There we go.
Hey, Rebecca.
Good. I'm in Florida.
Oh,
Awesome.
wow. It's cold here, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. It's beautiful here. I left, it was snowing.
Yeah. It's freezing. I had to like
So
my
really, I
flip
just kind of
flops were
came on
tested.
because I wanted to make sure I'm prepared for tomorrow.
Okay.
Ooh, I think I lost you guys.
You're freezing a little bit, but you're still there. How about this? You just got to show up. Like, trust me. We'll
Show up.
Just show up.
That's it.
There she is.
All right.
It's
Rebecca,
bad
just show up.
connection.
That's all you got to do. All right.
We'll see you in the morning.
I will.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Beautiful. Next, we got Maggie.
Maggie.
3,
2.
1. Bye, Maggie.
We're ripping
All
through
right.
them today.
Everyone
Rick,
talk to me.
Zach, how are you guys doing today?
What's
I'm
up,
good.
man?
AV, is that your name?
Yeah, it's Adam. I just didn't want to, maybe the other wholesalers watching me in my market might know.
Uh-oh.
Why are you so scared?
So, see what's going on is I'm about to close my first deal. I've been kind of behind this for like 6 months.
Mhm.
So I'm closing my first deal pretty soon, God willing. The only problem that I ran into was that the other wholesaler, so I got this deal from Digital Bandit Signs on social media. The other wholesaler, he doesn't want to do a JV. So I was kind of figuring out what kind of contract I could draw up or have my attorney draw up between me and the buyer.
So explain this from the beginning.
Okay, so basically
You got
I
a
got,
digital bandit sign lead.
yeah, he sent me the deal.
Wait.
He attracted the JV partner from the Digital Bandit side.
Oh, and they
Yes.
sent you a deal, but they don't want a JV.
Why?
exactly.
What's the reason for not doing it?
I'm not sure. He just completely went around it. I tried to overcome every single objection that he had, but
Yeah.
he just wasn't having it. So, at the end of the day, I just came up with the idea of having my buyer sign a different agreement between me and him on the sale of the property.
So listen, did you find your own buyer?
Yeah,
I mean, so you have the buyer, correct?
correct.
So I'm just telling you, the other wholesalers, he's trying every way that they can screw you, just so you know.
That's
Like
it.
he's telling you up front, I'm going to try to take advantage of you. I think it's absolutely ludicrous.
If you want to sign a JV agreement, man, that's really risky.
It's really, really like because your only leverage point, because you're not licensed, you have to be careful here, is you need an agreement that you can submit to the title company to make sure you get paid, because the last thing you want to do is chase this other
You're
wholesaler
gonna
down
see
for a
what's on
payment.
the purchase and sale and what's on the assignment. So you can do this if you want to get sneaky. Like, what do you have? That worst case scenario, put on the assignment of contract that Adam X, whatever your last name is, gets paid a certain amount of assignment fee. Then line 2 says that partner number 2 gets paid this much on the assignment, and it's spelled out that on the assignment of contract,
Yeah.
that the buyer will pay you an assignment fee out of the HUD. And if the buyer signs it, there's literally nothing that partner can do, because the buyer agreed to pay you specifically an assignment fee and the other partner an assignment fee on the deal.
So that would just be added onto the assignment of contract.
That is going to be line number 1, bro.
So who's doing the assignment of contract?
So they, the other wholesalers doing the assignment of
Nope.
contract.
Nope.
Yeah. So that's
Nope.
so like
You are going to do it.
So listen, if he
Gotcha.
doesn't want to do a JV deal, he has to do. It's your buyer, so I would write your own assignment
Control
of
the deal,
contract,
man.
and then you put in there whatever
Line
your
one.
company name is. Say, hey, listen, I'm getting X amount from the deal.
No. It has to be written.
Yeah, I know.
Adam X. No, sorry. Whatever the cash buyer's name is, agrees to pay Adam X $5,000 assignment fee for the purchase of this property.
It's a way bigger assignment fee. That's kind of why I wanted to hop on.
Whatever it is, $150,000, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If you give me $4.
Whose title company are you using?
Oh, we're gonna use his as well. The
Okay,
wholesaler.
so here's what I would do. Number one, I get real chummy with that title company. Is it local? Or you doing a virtual?
It's local to where we're at. Yeah.
Go there.
Well,
Tell
he should get the assignment of contract signed first, and then go and physically get a copy.
Yeah.
Give it to the title lady, so
Uh-huh.
they know, like, hey, look, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Buyer
so,
signed
I
it
mean,
here and here.
basically, right now, I'm in complete control of the buyer. So the other wholesaler has no idea who the buyer is. And the
Good.
buyer is like literally, this guy's basically been my mentor for the past couple weeks. And this is the
Mhm.
first deal I'm bringing his way. And he's actually just basically buying it blindly. So I'm just waiting to get him to sign the contracts once everything's drawn up correctly.
Sure
Like I
you
said, I
draw
have
it
an
up.
attorney drawing it up.
Yeah, you need. So here's how. So you're talking about control. You have to take the directive and write up the assignment agreement. That way, your interest and your buyer's interest are all put in there, and you do exactly what you committed to the other JV partner. If for some reason he doesn't like you doing it, it's problematic. Whenever you have the buyer, you should control the assignment agreement. Assignment agreements can be written 1,000 different ways. We provide you one at freewholesaling.com.
It's easy because you just add an extra line with our assignment.
Just add a
agreement.
line. Just okay, you're getting paid. You just put it in black and white. And then once he signs that, you hand it to the title company. The title company can't go around you. Like you can sleep at night going, okay, I'm getting paid. If he wants to eliminate that line, they don't agree with it, they're playing games with you. It's ridiculous. First of all, they should have done the JV agreement. If you have nothing to hide, it's no problem. Number two, the assignment is where you're really protected. If not, here's what I do. I would talk to that title company and just say, listen, are you okay? I would just do the assignment agreement. If he doesn't agree to do the assignment agreement,
If you want to do a JV or the assignment, you're screwed. He's just trying to get a buyer and screw you, man.
he's trying to cut you out.
So make sure that assignment of contract clearly states you're getting paid on it.
Yeah.
And then you give that to the title so they know.
So it's either JV or an assignment. And if he won't do either one, I don't know where you can really go with this because they're going to try to cut you out no matter what you do. And that's the problem with it. I just don't understand. Maybe he goes, well, I don't want to split the whole thing with you, and that's not fair. If you're making a great profit, then let's put the assignment contract, and I'll just spell out my portion. We'll spell out yours and spell out what the cash buyer brings to the table. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, 100%.
That's what needs to be. If he doesn't want to do that, they're lying to you. They're probably an unscrupulous wholesaler. And if you can't get either one of those things, you're going to have to go talk to the title company. Go show me a form to have him to sign it. Otherwise, I'm not bringing my buyer here. Period.
Fair
Because
enough.
you have everything against you. You don't have the original contract, and you don't have the title company. So your basic insurance policy is that assignment agreement. And do not let him write it, and don't let your cash buyer write it. You write it because number one, you'll learn how to do it. And number two, you will protect your interest. And if that guy doesn't want to sign it, heed the warning. You're going to have to come up with I don't know. Maybe he's just waiting until you
those two, you're going to be screwed.
Yeah.
So,
The assignment agreement should be black and white. It's yours. And so whenever I supply a buyer, I always supply the assignment agreement, period. End of story.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll just take your guys' assignment contract, add that line, and have my attorney read it over, make sure everything's good.
Yeah. I mean,
why do you want your attorney to look it over, though? Just curious.
I mean, just so everything checks out, basically.
So
If I don't need it, then I guess I won't.
no, you can use the lawyer, but the lawyer says, you know, I would rather you move this line over. Just let you know, like that contract's legal in pretty much all 50 states. A
Okay,
lawyer's
I'm in
going to
New
tell
York,
you
by the way.
they want to move this around it. It's their opinion. It's not going to be what actually. Make sure that you let the lawyer know, hey, is this a legally enforceable or not? They're 100%. They're going to say yes, but I would change this or this because that's how I feel.
Okay.
So don't be screwing around with that assignment of contract too much. I'm just letting you know. When you
Yeah,
start
got
adding
you. I
things
was just
up-
gonna add that one line that you told me to.
well, you need 2 lines actually. You need the extra line showing that the original partner gets some money too.
Yeah.
You're just protecting everyone's interest. And when you have it signed, hand deliver it to the title company and just show, hey, listen, here's where I'm getting paid. Do you need anything else? Do you need any type of paperwork? Please let me know. And that way they know, and then get the person's name you gave it to them and hold them accountable. Make sure you never get written out of it without a JV agreement or an assignment with your name spelled in there. They don't know how to pay you. And that's where you want to go with it. So I think he should accept your assignment. And if he doesn't, heed the warning because it doesn't even make sense.
Okay. Yep.
Go listen. When you want me to bring 2 lawyers to the closing table, you're paying all the legal costs. It's a simple contract that spells out how we're getting paid. And if they don't agree to it, just understand that's what people do. They lie and manipulate. No, don't worry. I do this all the time without it. No, I don't do it that way. This is how we do it. Please let me know if you want to move forward. You got it.
Awesome.
It's a simple contract. Okay. Good luck. Let us know how it works out.
Yep.
Okay, man. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Stay blessed. Bye.
See you.
Yeah, you got to be careful with these
Man, I just
wholesalers,
don't
man.
understand why would someone want to do that? It's like, because they're trying to screw you, and I can't stand that.
Felipe says, don't mind spending a couple $100 on marketing. Do you guys recommend for beginners? No deals under my belt, but I'm committed. Felipe, did you watch the beginning of this video? There's a lot of options you got.
Tons.
And so watch the beginning of this video. I would say if you have a couple $100, driving for dollars is going to be your best one. Hands down. Trying for dollars is going to be your best one to do. Reverse trying for dollars. And we'll start getting to cold calling and then some text blasting. And then the 5th one to round it out, digital bandit signs. Do that. That's what I'm telling you to do. Go drive for dollars. I don't know if you're virtually
plenty of options. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. All right. Next here we got Kalia. I haven't talked to her I haven't talked to you in like a year.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Why? I took a hiatus, but I'm really back into it now.
Okay. All right. Should we keep talking to you or going to take another hiatus?
No.
I don't want to waste my time.
I'm actually writing probate letters right now.
Okay. Are you done taking hiatuses?
Yep. No more hiatus.
Want to make sure.
Hey, I came back.
I remembered you. You're in the Northeast, right?
Yeah, Connecticut.
Yeah, I remember. All right. I think I even remember your problems. All right.
Yeah, I'm
What's
all
going
in.
on? How can I help you out?
Hey, so I got one question today because Rick answered a bunch of my questions the other day. So thank you.
Yes.
So I'm looking at probate documents here in Connecticut. It's actually really accessible here online. So thank God. It's just I have to look through every single city and town. So there's a lot here in Connecticut. So I have a lot of work. So my question is, what are the next steps when you see the fiduciary in a probate document, which is a law office or probate lawyer? So like the probate lawyer owns the property now.
It cut out on me. I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Say it one more time.
Yeah. So I'm looking at a probate document and it says like the probate lawyer owns it.
Well, if the probate, are you talking about there might be the lawyer's the PR or the actual owner?
Probably. I skip trace whatever on the owner, and it looks like it's a probate lawyer that owns it.
If a lawyer owns the property, it's probably not going to be a good deal.
Okay.
The point is you're trying to deal with properties that are in probate. So the person that died is still technically the owner for most of these transactions, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if it already transferred ownership, it's probably not going to be the best deal.
Okay, that
Try
makes
to
sense.
avoid those type of properties.
Got it. How about when the state owns it?
Even worse.
Yeah, you'll never get a deal.
That's usually because there's debts and all that crazy stuff. There are wards of the state, stuff
Words
like
of the
that.
yeah, you don't want to
Avoid that.
You'll never get through to it.
Okay, makes sense. All right, so only when like a seller owns it, or like a
Person
wife
estate.
with children.
Yep. Hands down.
Okay, all right, makes sense. I'll skip those. Thank you.
All right,
Okay.
keep
no
it up.
problem.
Hey,
There's like 100 in my mind of wholesalers that used to come on these one-on-ones that stopped, and I don't forget. So y'all better come back on.
Some of you need to come back on here.
That's it. Felipe says, I wholesale locally. Let's say I had $3,000 to $4,000 to spend now. Okay. $3,000 to $4,000. I would tell you to drive for dollars, cold call, SMS text bot. Oh, basically what I'm saying is do what I told you to do. Just do it at a bigger scale. So maybe not do free texting. Maybe do smszac.com, right? Maybe you just don't drive for dollars regularly. You hire people to drive for dollars with you, right? With more money to spend, I'm not telling you to blow it all in a month, but I would say start paying for skip tracing. I would probably call and text government lists and reverse drive for dollars. Now, Felipe, I don't know what market you're in, but I would say that's going to be your best bet. Once you start having thousands of dollars to spend, I just do the skip tracing, make it a little easier. But still, you need to get better at your skill set talking to sellers if you're going to be a beginner, and that'll help you out the most. Guys, you got to go to freelisting.com. That's exactly how you learn how to wholesale real estate absolutely for free. Guys, we have our live event tomorrow. I'm excited.
That'll be fun. I can't wait
meet,
to see everybody.
First time meeting any of my subscribers, which is weird. That's awkward. But that'll be really fun and really exciting. I'm going to teach you guys how to wholesale. You guys are going to see some videos. I'll probably reshare them on my Instagram, so you'll see the.
Oh, we don't keep everything private?
No. And so most wholesaling events you see on from a YouTuber, they make the thing private. You guys
Extremely private.
Spent $12,000 to come to the event. This event's going to be something people probably should have spent $12,000 to come to, but we're going to release it on YouTube for free because I truly believe in my heart that the information should always become free. Now, the networking and everything like that, it's probably best if you come in person.
It is the best.
But I'm always excited. We're going to be rocking it tomorrow, and we'll have recorded videos Friday, Saturday for you guys on this channel. I'll still do my live stream on Sunday. And are the Dolphins playing Sunday night?
Yeah, they are. The Eagles.
Wholesaling's more important.
Yeah.
That's
We'll figure it out.
though, too. All right, whatever. Well, I'll deal with it, okay? But yeah, I'm really excited, guys. I can't wait. Go to freelisting.com, get rich. We're going to have a lot of people speaking that made over. I would say a huge amount of the people coming have already made over $100,000 wholesaling, and they're there to
just started
to say thank you. I guess we want you guys to be one of those people. To get started, all those people went to freelisting.com. So go there, get rich, get successful, smash that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. This is Zach.